But would you care to share on Discord first?
Well, no, because I've already hit the button. Welcome, ladies and germs. And other microscopic life forms to AlphaWit Thursday. More specifically, I am the wit part. I am joined, as always, by the alpha part.
Hello. And just as a heads up, I happen to have the stream up and my mic is a bit low.
Oh. Well, that's one of my least favorite things you could have told me. We're also joined by our good friend Silver.
Hello, Poppet.
Yeah, not the hedgehog. This one. Your mic is low. What an awful thing for it to be. Okay, so that down, but this up. And that.
Hello. Hi.
Mic down, sensitivity up. That's the way we like to
what? Yeah.
stream.
I guess I could also do this.
This is me. Alpha.
Wow! Why did you do that?
Do what?
You got a lot louder.
Did I?
Yes. But it's fine.
Oh, so I did. Somewhere in the middle of those.
Okay. We're probably gonna stick with.
Yeah, I'd say like about halfway between where I was at the start and where I was up to.
I think this is what you're getting. Because I'm
This is what I'm
already
getting?
sick of messing with it. And it's been
Okay, good enough.
less than a minute.
This is good. This is good.
Good. Welcome once again to the sensation that's sweeping the nation, growing my grandpa. Because
is that like fluffing my Garfield?
I don't know what that is. Like I know what fluffing is, and I know what Garfield is, and I know about the idea of ownership and possession, but I don't know about the phrase. What is that?
Oh, it's from Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's well, let's just say it's a phrase for feeling.
Yes. Okay. I'm back on board,
folks. Ha.
I'm back on board. Speaking of being back on board, why don't we get started?
Why don't we? And I'm going to put my microphone-friendly snack in my mouth.
This is a hate crime.
I bet it's not that thing.
It is a Chewy Chips Ahoy of the Reese's variety.
Oh, that's actually genuinely fairly friendly, huh? It could have been a crunchy, and it's not.
Well, that's the point.
Well,
I'm not going to put some crunchy in my mouth while I'm on a microphone.
Yeah, okay. I feel like I may have walked into that, although I'm not sure.
I would never set you up like that.
No, not once. Certainly not constantly. So.
No.
We are growing a grandpa, perhaps you've heard. And this week's goals are to feed him 3 things and teach him 2 things. So in order to get those things, we're going to have to go exploring the basement.
Now, this is one of those games, folks, where you have to explore the same places every round. Because if you don't, you stand to miss stuff.
And by stuff, we mean...
a trash pile, 80s, mostly.
Yeah, 80s psychometric assessment tools, rotten food,
kiwi,
and things that are explicitly not food.
I see a takeout container.
And yet, I bet that's not going to be something.
Oh, it's not. It would be much brighter, but like I'm looking at it and I can see the same kind of container I get my monthly breakfast sandwiches in.
Indeed.
Yep. You know, it's weird. Why do we never get kiwis in takeout? Nowhere would you, in the United States, would you order takeout and get quantity any other than 0 kiwi?
Well, okay.
No, see, that kind of thing happens in New Zealand.
I'm going to say one thing that's cheating and one thing that might be real. The thing that's cheating is a smoothie. And the thing that might be real is something that has a fruit salad, might have kiwi in it. It's not a common choice, but it is possible.
By what logic do you consider a smoothie cheating?
Because it's not like discrete kiwis.
It's
like,
all broke up. Yeah.
Yeah. Unknown fruit taste.
Unrelated to any of that, Silver, what's your ETA this weekend? Or do you not have one yet?
Brother unit wants to carpool. So I need to work that out with him.
Okay.
I will probably be ready to head down around noon.
That's
which
fine.
Means we'll get to you around what, 2?
2:30.
Okay.
That's fine because I would like to work, and I can only work a half day before I, as I tell people, get the screaming heebie-jeebies and just have to get out of there.
Wait, what day are you getting there tomorrow?
They are getting here Saturday. The party is Sunday.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
So we're gonna work on a legacy board game.
Yay.
This is nothing, I guess. And
well, if you're groping it and you're poking it and it's not doing anything, it's
indeed,
probably nothing.
I've done the 2 things I know how to do.
Speaking of stepping up the bombing campaign, the war against your neighbors.
Well, we're buying a security. We've ordered a security camera, if that helps.
And sort of. What is that? A potato? Like a half of a potato?
Yeah. Very good.
That is what it is.
Or a little bit. One of the little bitty.
So.
Yeah, anything resembling smashed windows on Sunday is going to get whoever does it killed.
Yeah, could you imagine if we caught the person who is like defacing your property while we were all there, and
Lord.
we could just form a mob?
I mean, it would certainly be satisfying from some perspectives, but it's probably not a good idea. But if one of you wants to like sleep out on the porch, we could put the Black Lives Matter flag back out as bait.
It doesn't seem like they're going for the Black Lives Matter flag though, right? Because it's been like of the 3 flags, only stolen.
They've stole the other 2 first, but it doesn't mean it wasn't on their list.
Wait, they stole the American flag before they stole. Wait, what?
Yes, in order, it was Pride flag, American flag. Isn't that bananas?
That kind of narrows down the demographic of who stole what, doesn't it?
It doesn't. It just is. I mean, that's funny to think about, but I don't think that's actually. Is this a different bulbous growth?
No.
There's 2 bulbous growths.
As you both know, I base all of my thoughts and all of my beliefs on people's actions. And the action of leaving a particular thing behind tells something about the person or people who are stealing the stuff.
Or, and this may be true,
am I
the American flag
in that thought, knowing nothing else, however?
Came off the wall a lot easier.
I'm gonna call it now. We're gonna get the camera, and it's gonna be like a flock of ravens that just like are undoing the flag and letting the wind take it, and laughing as they fly away.
Kuro has decided to interject. Kuro has a theory. Kuro, what is your theory? Yeah, Kuro points out that the American flag is much more accessible because the BLM
so they were
flag
inconvenienced.
Is behind all of the largest bushes in our landscaping. The pride flag was probably targeted and fairly easy to get to because there's like a little bit of an opening in the bushes.
They hate Americans and they really hate pride.
They
to go to the effort.
us.
But they hate bushes more than they hate Black Lives Matter.
Yes. What do we have food-wise? Okay, we have 3 things that are good and 1 thing that is bad. We have no idea. We still don't have any reason to feed bad things. It probably affects what ending you get or whatever, but I don't know what the point
yeah,
is.
it was fun. It was fun the first time. But I think that's about it.
We did the science last time, honey. And oh, I only think I have 1 word card, huh?
I thought we found. Oh, maybe that was a letter.
Are they here? We have hello. We did hello. We did grandpa.
Grandpa and hello were last time.
Oh,
We
indecision.
do
I
have
forgot
him.
about this. That's a very hard.
Inde-
That's a hard word for things that have vocal cords.
Indecision
And
and life. That is a fun combination.
Yeah.
also, conceptually, indecision is quite advanced.
Yeah.
Because we're going from
I know 4
I am a thing that
concepts.
exists and can communicate with you to a extremely complex look at the decision tree that a thing that can have a conversation with you would go through.
Truly. So, how's our boy today? Its gums are bleeding and its skin seems overly dry. It may need a food packed with vitamin C. A kiwi fruit would be an excellent remedy.
Which, as we established last week, was which disease?
Oh, it's hypovitaminosis C, which is commonly known as scurvy.
That's right.
So I guess food first.
Congratulations, you may make a good doctor.
He gave himself scurvy. We're trying to fix it. I love how they have to remind me that his nostrils are somewhere to the left of his mouth.
I don't see blood. I am very disappointed.
What was the description for this kiwi? I need you to go find the description again.
Half of an ancient and nearly completely dried out kiwi fruit.
Ancient.
Ancient is tough, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We do the click. Say ah. And we'll do the lettuce. Sorry, what did that say?
A very old leaf of lettuce.
Flaky and stiff.
It is flaky and stiff.
They don't get stiff, do they? Don't they just sort of... Yum, 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 yum. I don't know. I find that it gets, like, lettuce gets floppy when it's old.
Why, have you never had a stiff lettuce before?
That sounds like a euphemism for something. I assume that it isn't one, and I would like us to brainstorm what it could be a euphemism for.
She gives a good head of lettuce.
See, wait, that's your first mistake, is thinking I would do anything except euphemism.
So what do we think a stiff lettuce is in real life?
A high alcohol proof lettuce.
Alright, so we've given...
Like marinated in moonshine.
Yeah.
Given it 3 foods. So let's give it some words.
You want to do life as a warm-up first before you do a decision?
I think I do want to do the 1-syllable word before I do the 4-syllable word. I don't remember how I'm supposed to do this. Is it clicking and holding or clicking a lot?
It is holding in the correct position and then quickly moving to the correct position when it changes.
Hold the rice mountain down if you wish to end the lesson early, I see. I think I'm supposed to be clicking.
Yeah, hold it.
Okay, I have to click something, but it wasn't that. Hang on.
Hold down. You have to hold down left, I would assume, while you're in the position.
Because he's supposed to be yodeling while this is happening.
I thought you just had to have it in the correct position, and that was all.
There we go. The yodeling begins.
What is the correct
What
thing
is
to
it?
do?
It is click left mouse button.
I see, so the blind man. Deep within Grandpa, strange membranes phonate confidently. Life.
That's all we need, a big creature that can start talking.
Part of Vocabulary and Vocalization Module P29,
Oh.
Concept Formation, General Pronunciation Comments None, Module Comments see below. At week 3 of growth, number 24, Whiskers, appeared to recall some information from a previous growth cycle. We cannot be sure that this was really the case. For all we know, what we interpreted as it recollecting this information was really it drawing semantic content from one of our recollections of it and redeploying it without rationality or contextualization.
It is so weird seeing the language of psychology being used in the setting of demonology. This
Or
is
whatever
really,
this is.
truly a unique experience for me.
Are you sure this just is enough of a break from just going to work?
No, it's good. I like it.
For the sake of our safety and for the sake of scientific inquiry, we are attempting to draw out from Whiskers whether it somehow retains knowledge from previous cycles in its morphophylatic nucleus. Morpholatic nucleus, excuse me. We did not think it
Wait,
was
phallic what?
yeah. We did not think it was possible the nucleus, though complex and incredible in its regenerative abilities, was capable of this, and that the nerve network that grew from it made up the base of Whiskers' mind. And so we are now attempting to ask Whiskers as best we can if it has ever died, or what it might remember if it did. And one more teach. Hello. Okay. Are we winning?
Yes,
So far,
you
keep that
are
up.
a third of the way through.
5, 6, 7, 8, no,
His
8,
end height.
9, 10.
We've done it! Okay, everyone quiet. I want to see if I can hear this. Sort of. Indecision, part of Vocabulary and Vocalization Module F23, Theory of Mind. General pronunciation comments, articulation problems, possible trouble with diphthongs. Module comments. We are introducing the latest growth of Whiskers to more subtle social cues and testing its ability to judge mental states of participants in conversation. Well, this is your psychopath problem. The semantic context that flows to Whiskers via its psi field is still becoming muddled and slipped without distinction into conversation, although our intention of instilling in it a solid theory of mind will perhaps make it begin to understand that we do not know what it knows, or know what we are without our control sending to it. One would think a theory of mind seems to develop as part of its maturation process. In order to hunt sapient beings, it must be able to deceive them. In order to deceive, it must be able to make certain metacognitive judgments, for example, if their deception appears to be working or how one ought to be deceived. We may never see how it develops a theory of mind anytime soon, as Dr. Hart has disallowed a cycle of Whiskers growth to live into the beginnings of maturity. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but I suspect we're going to be breaking that boundary.
Yes, because we're what, 8? And we want
About
a full grandpa out of this?
this seems slightly ill-advised.
So
Whoa, what?
I clicked attempt to communicate because we know 4 words now, so that's like a full conversation, right?
Grandpa accedes to your request. It approaches the bars and begins to unknit its skin.
Yeah, I don't see what your problem is.
Uh,
The inner grandpa, though still not fully formed, is revealed. It may be fruitful to speak with it if it can respond.
yeah, no problem at all.
Oh, it's Inner Grandpa.
Yep, there he is, I guess.
So who voices this
I don't know.
Tephra.
Sorry, this is bad to look at. This is a very effective group of pixels, I'll give it that.
My God.
And this is effective with an A. I guess I'm gonna ask about Wish.
Well, let's look at the options. There appears to be a right dial, ask about the shell, ask about the biohazard bin, ask about language. Goodbye.
So we have 4 choices. Which do we start with?
I guess
Down
we'll
the line,
just
you
go
think?
down the line, huh?
Okay.
I think this is you, Alpha.
Grandpa still struggles somewhat to speak due to its underdeveloped tongue, mouth, and jaw. However, it manages to rasp out an answer. Is it still me, or is this him?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I think get Tephra in here. These are her lines.
I mean, I will be her understudy, because, as much as my wife encourages her to, the dog, in fact, cannot talk. Hunger is not enough. On the walls of the cave, the Auroch can be hunger transformed. Desire is fulfilled by pain. Your
grandpa. Oh,
I
sorry.
think this is still it talking. Your grandpa
Ignore me, go. Yep.
doesn't have the right words right now. I can only say I love you. Love is not enough, though. Desire is not enough. Project it outwards. Make it true to yourself, if only in symbol. Then it will be enough. For me and for you. Wow, hate it!
I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this combination of words.
I don't like the I think the most disturbing thing out of everything that this game introduces is the idea that this creature that, you know, feeds on sentience or whatever loves the thing that it is getting it from. I hope that's not true. I think that, like, really freaks me out in, like, that it actually if it means it, I think I'm more upset than if it's lying.
I mean, do you not somewhat see that dynamic amongst unhealthy romantic relationships all the time?
Absolutely. And actually, while you were hesitating, that's what my mind was filling in. It's the alienness of this thing. I don't want there to be love in any of this.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
That's, I think, what really distresses me of, like, I don't want to think about
this.
Yeah, I mean, generally waves hand at everything. I don't want to think about this.
I, on the other hand, find common ground between disparate things that aren't supposed to have common ground to be delightful. That's the sort of thing that I live for. So
Love coming from an
I'm
entity like
tickled.
this is a threat.
That's an interesting way to put it. I'm not against it.
You are not wrong.
Asking about Grandpa's skin. Something to grow in. My skin is not the doll's skin. My skin is not like your skin either.
No shit.
I can still feel your eyes on me inside my shell. I have many eyes to see, but I don't need them as much as I need your eyes with which I can understand as seeing me. There is a cycle of attention. You give me myself, but I am still not that.
So this is why they had the mirrored helmet.
Yes.
So that it couldn't see their face, and then
and feed off of that. Slowly I form a human shape, and you see me more as human, and I become that.
I don't know about that.
Interesting. So they weren't allowing it to see a human face because they didn't want it to, because they can see it. So even though they have the mirror mask, they can still see it. But then it can't see their faces and learn to mimic their faces, but it can mimic faces they think about. I'm still not quite clear on what all of the mirrors do
That does seem like
that
an
make it.
extra step to me, other than helping it stay isolated. Well, it reinforces whatever it is. So, like, when it's in its dormant state, like, remember before they took it back from the mountains and it was living in a pot, basically? And even the
A
pot
Right.
pot
had
full of
that,
mirrors.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
keeping it what it is until they need it to be something else. And as
Ah,
more and
so
more
the
people realize that they
masturbatory
would, in
navel
fact,
gazing.
rather it
Mhm.
not ever be something else because the consequences are too great, it's better to keep it seeing itself as much as possible. That's my theory.
Hmm.
Mm.
This should be
Okay.
cheerful because it every time it reached a certain growth state had to be um, burnt,
Gassed and then burned alive.
and then all of the extra bits went into the biohazard bin. So this should be fun.
He's gonna panic. I'm calling it now.
They kept putting me in a box, sleeping and then set a light, and then in a box in the corner in the darkness. Most of you couldn't read then. The scribe came and wrote what everyone said. They wrote on strips of bark with thin reeds. No, it was not that. It was a paper posted somewhere. It had words to open the box. I was half dead in the box. The part of me that dies was put there for a long time. That part of me, and other things they threw in. A refuse pile, papers they discarded. Oh no!
So, in other words, we're gonna find parts of him at this point, or at some point in the rummaging.
Maybe?
I have a absolutely wild theory.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Um, I have a theory that the parents fought so hard to claim this piece of property because they lost their daughter, and we are the product of them manipulating Whiskers.
We
And
already were
now,
one of these.
yes, and now we are coming back to Whiskers having been cast off from it,
That's
and
fascinating.
are
I want that to be true. I don't think you're right, based on nothing at all, but boy, is that good.
and it would explain a lot about her personality
That's some pretty good shit. I hope that's it.
and why her parents are fighting so much.
And why her parents are just the fucking worst.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who was Grandpa in all of this then? Why did he let them do that?
I mean, maybe he didn't let them, and that's why he had the accident.
Grandpa is old. My lives were easier before I made myself to speak and before you made clothes to wear and rules to obey. Your grandpa remembers. I have learned much in many lives and deaths. Keep speaking with me. I love talking with you and learning from you, and it helps your grandpa so much. Soon I will be everything you would like me to be. This is no good.
Uh,
I don't want this chicken wing monster to grow up and to be my grandpa.
Seems a bit bigoted.
the
It's
title should have given us what that would be.
silently ascends back into its shell.
Examine stomach contents.
I think that was just where we got that key that one time.
Mm-hmm.
I just like staring at bile.
Content and ready to cooperate. Alright, that's, well, that was distressing. Let's keep
I
going.
like my women like I like my coffee.
Content and ready to
Ready to
cooperate.
cooperate.
I was trying to think of something like a "that's what they called me in college" joke, but yours was way better.
Jesus God.
We acquired kiwi and potato. We acquired life and indecision.
Alright, time for my shine to shine.
Take it away, Doc.
Oh!
Me.
The time I've spent compiling an evaluation on Adrienne is almost up, and I still can't say what to make of her changes in mood. It is, of course, the case that children of Adrian's age are nowhere near finished learning and growing. I may have to simply be happy that Adrian was able to improve her attitude. However, something in the odd and occasionally grotesque stories she continues to bring up to me still strike me as meaningful. How has your week been, Adrian?
Is the other reason you think that's true because she looks like that?
No.
Are you sure?
It's because when we asked about the biohazard bitten, I interpreted one of the things that he said as like a royal you, referring to, I think, like humanity at large throughout its entire lifespan for tens of thousands of years to be specifically her. And if he was specifically speaking about her, then he granted her specifically as a wish.
That's a very interesting point, however, about the face.
No, I think it's just the limitations of this art style and/or its artist. Anyway, Grandpa is almost ready. He's almost finished. Well, sort of.
Ah.
He's almost as big as his shell now. He has a face, and he can talk pretty well, and almost has legs.
Oh my God.
I see. As before, I have put down the story she told me as best I could. Once again, Adrian told me about growing her grandpa.
This week
Is
is
that
another 3
Super
and 2.
Mario? No, is that Mario Brothers 2?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Man.
Also known as Doki Doki Panic. Or Doki Doki Literature Club is the joke. Oh no! That's
I see ribs.
You don't need to do this yet.
I know, I just want to look at it.
Observe.
I like to...
really?
This is my train wreck. I can't look away. Grandpa seems fatigued and almost anemic. Some of its spines appear brittle. Perhaps it would be more cooperative if fed an iron-rich meal like meat.
Let's not do that.
Where's the baseball bat?
I don't know if Adrian understands why we should not do that. You and I know that there have been warnings of like, hey, don't. But...
Yep.
She's literate.
Yes.
I have
soap?
a niece who is
It
approximately
sure is.
8. And she would totally be able to understand the convention of like, it is dangerous to feed this thing meat. That is totally a thing she could understand. However, the one who is approximately 8 is also the one who would go out of her way to find meat to give to someone who isn't supposed to have meat.
Aren't your nieces kind of geniuses?
They are. There are several memory games that when they were like 4 and 6, they could both beat me at, and I don't have a terrible memory. Like those match 2 card games, I'm pretty good at those. Like you flip over 2 at a time, and you try and
I think that game is just called Memory. Or I have heard it just called Memory.
That was like a
memory
solved
concentration.
That was like a solved game to them at like 4 years old. Once they saw a card, they would remember its position indefinitely for up to
30 minutes.
36 for up to 36 different positions, which is wiggity wild.
Children were a mistake. They're going to take over.
Hey, Silver.
Wait, who was it? It was your brother. I was with your brother when I started to quote. Is it Yeats or Yates? Yeats? I've always pronounced it Yeats, but then that sounded weird because of this bitch empty.
I think
Yates.
it's spelled Yeats but pronounced Yates, but don't quote me, please.
Okay. Another one of those things that I have read just so many times, the name, but never, not once, heard someone say aloud.
John
But he has...
Keats is pronounced Keats, but I think Yates is Yates.
Yeats is Yates? Okay. One of Yeats's greatest works... Oh, if this is the 80s, then that's enriched with iron.
It could be,
Hey,
dude.
Silver,
I don't know.
if your nieces like memory games, you ought to show them the game show Classic Concentration.
Is that the one that is solved?
Well, it's a memory game overlaying a Rebus puzzle, so it would be a step up.
Okay, what did Yates say?
So one of his best lines is talking about how like children will always overcome their parents, and how
Is
that's
that a
just like
mushroom? It sure is.
mushroom.
Speaking of Mario, too.
Yeah.
What do you think would happen if we fed Grandpa psychedelic?
Ugh. What an interesting question that I
Like,
hope they
hey
discover
Grandpa,
in the sequel.
here's some MDMA.
Wait, did you say sequel?
I hope there's a sequel. There won't be because I bet this story will be...
That's a pear, yep. And that's an apple. So we've got choices here.
a strawberry and a jackfruit.
I'm sorry, a what?
A strawberry.
A jackfruit?
A jackfruit.
Jackfruit is like the most neutral fruit I've ever eaten. It is the cucumber of fruits.
I don't have a meat, it turns out.
Could the flatbread be any good for that?
Ivrissa pointed out that jackfruit is commonly used as a meat substitute. It's a common pulled pork replacement, but I think they mean it from a nutritional sense. Is there anywhere I'm forgetting to look?
The pustule. You gotta cut the pustule open.
I don't have a blade.
What happened to the blade we used last time? We've cut it open before.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have.
Alpha?
Yes.
Do you have any memory of this? Have we opened a bulbous growth?
Not yet. I don't think. We don't have any sharp objects on us, do we?
I could have sworn that we had an sharp object that we used to cut it open, and there was something inside.
If we did, I
we got a
imagine we would still
key
have that.
to open.
Not from feeding the battery, because we fed him the battery and then he vomited.
We got the key from that, and we used that to open the cabinet. Like the false bottom of the drawer, and got whatever that was. And then the painting was just like a taped strip. I don't think we have yet had an edge. I think you have manufactured a memory.
It is possible.
Oh, the file cabinets. I didn't know you guys recovered.
Did we? We didn't search these in the previous week, did we?
We didn't. What?
I hope that
really?
What did Kuro say?
I feel like I shouldn't because that burger was the size of the sun. May I
She's
have a
offering
bite of yours? Thank you.
something
I'll
probably
die.
ice.
I'll die if I eat that cake.
Not cake.
I'll
Oh man,
die.
can you guys make us think you're getting a divorce again because you're fighting about being
I'm
nice to
not
each other and giving each other cake?
in the mood to get into a fight over cake.
I have exactly one question about this.
Yes.
What kind of cake is it?
Strawberry shortcake, I believe.
Oh.
The cake is definitely not a lie, but there are much better truths out there.
Briss is a big strawberry shortcake fan, and this was a specific request for her birthday.
Oh, that's okay. Personally, I'm a funfetti guy. I don't know
Okay.
why. It just tastes like advanced yellow cake.
Yeah,
What
it's
is shortcake? Is shortcake just cake made with like vegetable shortening, so it's extra like fatty
I
or
don't
oily?
know. I can look it up.
That seems like a good use of our viewers' time. Note
What
the
makes
S is
shortcake
there to make it.
shortcake?
What viewers?
Yeah, right. Good. Okay, a lot of people the result that Google suggests at the top says a
Oh
lot
my
of people
god.
think that the name comes from the height of the cake, but it isn't so. The name shortcake is derived from an Old English cooking definition of short, which refers to something made crisp with the addition of fat. Shortcake is a crisp, crumbly cake made from butter, which is how it's got its name.
I see.
Actually, nobody's chatting, but we do have an audience, it looks like.
Are you sure it's not just you?
There are 6 people under the users category.
That
At
can't be
least three
right.
of them are bots.
Okay, that's more at my speed.
So
Welcome,
now
bots.
all of
I don't
you
know about the
bots
other
out
3.
there, you know a little bit more about the English language.
So the other thing I learned today is what the hell seersucker is. Because I wanted to
I
know.
don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. So
Seersucker is a fabric, most famously known as for it being made into a suit, a seersucker suit. It is a very southern thing to wear because it's very lightweight. It's often made of like cotton or linen.
It sounds southern. You see your sucker suit?
Seersucker.
Uh,
Sorry, I have to eat a
uh,
piece of cake.
yes, Arendelle. You are not one I thought was a bot. Welcome. Glad to have you.
You should go.
You should stay.
Sorry, I'm naturally very unfriendly. Anyway, seersucker. I wanted to know why the hell we called it that. And it is an old Persian word, which I am not going to reproduce because I've dismissed the Google document that I found it in. But it means milk and sugar because it refers to the stripes in it, because the way it is special is that the material is woven at 2 different tensions or speeds, so the fabric never like sits exactly flat. So each stripe, a milk stripe, a sugar stripe, a milk stripe, a sugar stripe, referring to the different color or stripe, but more importantly referring to the different texture of each of it. And it was popularized in the South starting in the 20s and accepted as like something that the gentry would wear closer to the 50s.
See, what's in my head when I hear that word is seersucker.
Yeah.
Not knowing much else, I'm not a clothing guy. Well, okay, I'm a clothing guy as much as is acceptable by polite society. I'd go nude 24/7 if only I could.
Yes. Okay, we've definitely gotten at least 2 vocab words. We definitely have at least 3 foods.
So we could proceed here unless there's anything else you want to look at.
I can't really think of anywhere else to go, especially now that we've remembered the existence of the violet, because we still don't have a light, and we still don't have a blade. I think we should keep proceeding. I'm trusting the game to hold our hands when it comes to the next thing to do. Oh. It's just bad to see, huh?
You get used to it.
I don't, and I haven't, and I'm not planning on it. A small cut of flesh from a jackfruit. It is bone dry and very hard.
I like a very hard jackfruit.
Smell. Yum, 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 yum. And a once hearty slice of fungus, now brittle and slowly crumbling apart. Why does stuff get so dry? Usually when stuff rots, it's sort of a wetness.
Mm-hmm.
Would you prefer dry rot or wet rot if you had to have one?
Dry rot.
Of food or of like...
Not necessarily.
Are we making a necrophilia joke?
Can you feel
Is
the
that where you're
shit-eating
going
grin?
with this?
Can you feel the shit-eating grin on my face?
Is this a
I
venereal
can,
disease
but I don't
joke?
understand what joke you're making. And I'm worried it's about, like, you want, if you're having sex with a corpse, you want it to be well lubricated. And I'm really hoping that's not where you're going with this.
It might be a venereal disease joke of like your bits rotting off.
Lubrication, yes. Death, no.
Okay.
I was going for
Fucking
pussy rot.
tree stump? What?
I was going for pussy rot.
Oh. Is that a thing? Was I right? Is this a venereal disease joke?
Yeah.
Urban Dictionary.
Oh, don't do this to yourself.
Pussy rot.
No.
He's doing it.
No.
Pussy rot is when you become too tired or lazy to accomplish anything.
Really?
For example,
It's
I
that
better
tame?
shower before pussy rot sets in.
Why is it called that?
Well, I'll tell you what, I think my definition suits that sentence just as well.
You should shower before that.
You should do a lot of things before.
Can I tell you, actually, could you search for this on Urban Dictionary? Because I'm not sure if my friends made it up, or is this something that actually exists?
No languages.
My turn.
Okay, I'll let you have. Mom says it's your turn on the Urban Dictionary.
My friends use the term pee-pee-hearted when someone's like upset.
PP hearted, as in
Yes.
as in the cardiac muscle heart.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, meaning part of vocabulary and vocalization module.
Is that like you've peed on my heart? Like you've broken my heart?
I don't
but, like,
think so.
With pee?
There's like a level of disdain for someone who feels this way.
So it's on Urban Dictionary, yes.
Okay, what do they think it means?
A term used to define whiny or unnecessarily sad people. One tends to become PP-hearted when 1, they do not get their way, 2, when they are in a bad mood, and 3, they are weepy. Sentence, don't get all PP-hearted on me. Added May 12th, 2006.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool.
It's a thing.
Module J11, metacognition / higher thought. General pronunciation comments, none. Module comments. We further delve into abstraction with Whiskers, partially or perhaps for the most part, for the purpose of determining the origin of its recollections that precede its death. Dr. Hart has begun to theorize that in the process of death, the structure of Whiskers is compressed back into the morpholytic nucleus, and then later, upon re-establishing the nerve netting that is laced through its spines, is slowly reassembled and redeployed as needed. I do not think this is the case, for I can plainly see that for growth cycles in which Whiskers is not receiving our pronunciation and vocabulary lessons, that its capacity general for comprehending its environment is greatly diminished. And in the simulated conversations we carry out, Whisker struggles greatly or does not participate. In any case, we will press on with our lessons and heed Dr. Hart's caution regarding terminating the growth cycle before Whisker's allotted growth time passes, or if it appears to be becoming just a little too competent at appearing human.
Oh, let's. Okay, yeah, I also wanted to observe Grandpa to see if he's still suffering from an iron deficiency. Yes.
Hmm.
Indeed.
What was the previous word that we taught it?
Meaning,
Ah.
Meaning, what was the last vocabulary game?
yeah. Meaning, part of vocabulary and vocalization model J15, metacognition higher thought. General pronunciation comments, there is nothing. Module comments, there appears to be nothing written here, or if there was, it was thoroughly erased. Well, that's not very exciting. Okay.
Step away from the bars.
Can we think of anything else? Oh. That's interesting.
That's probably the anemia. Like he won't communicate while he's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Or otherwise in less
Or
than optimal shape.
yeah. Or for plot reasons.
And we also don't have anything new to ask about.
Also true.
Should we have fed it the flatbread? I don't want to use up another food item in case we need it later.
I highly doubt that they are paying any attention to FDA requirements about grain enrichment.
Hmm.
All right. Let's say we move on.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And we're
Go ahead and
technically
eat
on
your
a,
cake.
we're technically on a perfect record here.
Oh, what does that mean?
4 weeks, all check boxes.
I don't think they give you the option to advance the week without doing that, but I think you may be making a joke.
I am. Last
Week
damn it.
5. She's not here this week. Who could that be? Ah, come in. Adrian, good to see you. Aren't you a little early? No matter, I suppose I have some time now. How have you been? How is your grandpa doing?
That's what I wanted to talk to you. Something happened.
Oh, what happened? Nothing bad, I hope.
No, nothing bad, just different, I think. Maybe even good. I'll tell you about it.
I thought maybe he died of anemia.
Well, last night, something woke me up. There was this noise at first. It was like it came from the walls. I could hear it from my bedroom. But there was something else.
Oh, God.
Something calling. I could hear it just barely. I was afraid somehow Grandpa hurt himself. I had to go find out. I went down the stairs and the vent, the place where I first found Grandpa or what I grew him with, was open. Do you remember how I told you about the vent in the ceiling behind the bars? I was thinking he had climbed up into it. He had gotten so big, he could have done that. Maybe he'd gotten trapped somehow in the vent. I had to go see.
Oh boy. Vent Exploration Simulator 2019.
I got inside. I heard the calling again, more clearly this time. Grandpa was definitely in the vents somewhere. I could feel him hearing my thoughts. I got that weird feeling, a sense in the air. I
Wow.
had to go forward. As I moved in closer, the vent had stuff in it. The kind of slimy, hairy stuff Grandpa would leave around a lot. He was definitely close.
Is there anything in? Okay.
Something was there at the end. But it wasn't Grandpa. It looked maybe like he had made it, though.
What the hell is that?
Lungs, esophagus, not much else.
Oh God, you're right. Look at the shapes. And look at the way it's. Oh my God.
It was slumped in the corner. It had a weird mouth, and it had its lungs on the outside and drew in just enough air to call out. And then it just stopped. Stopped breathing. And then something was hanging over me. And then I woke up in my bed.
Oh.
In your bed, Adrian, that sounds like it was just a quite dreadful dream. Are you alright, by the way? Your face is twitching, like you're about to have a violent sneeze.
And fine, it's just Grandpa. You see, it took me a little while to figure it out, but later when I was brushing my teeth, I saw one of Grandpa's whiskers just poking out of the space under my eye.
Oh God.
And I started to remember how in the vent he hid inside of me.
Oh
It was so
God.
fast I could barely remember, but as soon as I started to feel him sliding around in my head, behind my forehead and behind my eyes and nose. It doesn't hurt at all. It's just ticklish.
Oh my God.
I'm glad I can be with him. Oh, I can feel him now.
Fucking Lord.
I think he wants to meet you. Part of him is moving down my arm. Oh,
I'm starting to get worried, Adrian. You really should not be twitching like this. I should walk you to the nurse's office. Come on, let's go.
This seems ill-advised.
you should really meet him. I've told you so much about him. Here.
Hear what?
What are you doing? Adrian, you're starting to look very ill.
Please just wait. Just stay still. He's gathering, waiting at my fingertips. Why do you look like that? You don't have to be afraid. Look.
Um.
How dare this game have a loading screen? Fuck right off. This game took 3 seconds to download.
That's
This loading
hilarious.
screen was a jump scare. Oh.
Hooray!
Shit, really?
100% any percentage. No, that's not. It's not. That's not the phrase. What is the speedrunning phrase for you
I mean,
got to an ending?
Any percent.
it's just any percent, yeah.
I guess the anemia should not have gone
Indeed.
undetected or unfixed.
So, Let me pull up that Steam achievement again.
What was it? Desire unfulfilled?
Something like that. Oh, Steam, are you being the way that you are again? Because you know how I feel when you do that. Grandparent teacher conference. Get the failure of fulfillment ending.
It said there were 2 endings.
Indeed.
That was obviously the bad one.
There's another achievement of collect every document, and there's an achievement of get the fulfilled contract ending.
Are those
So
the
he
only
did tell
achievements?
us that we needed to make another symbol of our love for him. So maybe we should have used the glue and the mother picture to make another thing, and then I don't know, like traded mom for him, perhaps?
Or fed it to
Yeah.
him.
Can we continue from here and do that?
Interesting question.
Okay, so
Okay. Now we have that.
so can we hand that over in any way, shape, or form?
Ah.
Yes, we can.
Oh.
Oh, that's not it. All right, shits and giggles. Can we feed it the rest of the food and see if any of them changes the status?
We could feed him
Wait.
both an appetizing non-food items.
I guess it doesn't hurt to try if we can just come back to this point.
Yeah. Everything is permitted and nothing is forbidden.
Yeah, at this
Not
point
as
we've
bad.
saved. We've saved before doing anything crazy.
Blah.
Anything new in there?
Boys in
So,
bikinis.
so about that sharp object.
Get growthed. In the oily cavity, a powerful smell of rot arises, and many small, increate beings lay motionless and dead. What a good word.
I'm
So it's an
100%
egg.
sure we've done this before.
No, we
So
haven't.
it's an egg sack. No, we definitely haven't.
However, you just barely
So
hear the near silent slithering of something, or maybe it is just your imagination.
I doubt that.
Oh, this I don't remember.
Yeah, we're feeling around in a sack.
Oh, we can feed it bits of itself. The meat!
Oh my god.
And then he'll cheer up. Ah!
Oh.
I personally am fine. I'm startled and unhappy.
Clean up, everybody clean up.
Anthropoid Remnant 1. A self-sufficient animal form knit together from years of ambient thoughts left to crawl around the basement. Grandpa may enjoy the flesh.
All right, so another point to make, we should also...
Don't call them that! Hey! Don't call them
Wow.
that!
Fish are friends, not food.
Don't call them that! Do you think he'll throw up a flashlight?
I mean, that should be the first thing we do, I think, is induce vomiting. Each time.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfortunate, though, we gave up one more food item than necessary.
Did we?
I think
We've
in the
already-
grand scheme of the universe, it will be just fine.
We'd already fed it 3, and if we have to feed it meat, that's going to count as a 4th.
Oh, if
I
you're
mean-
going for like a perfect efficiency run, yeah, but we have enough food in order to accomplish all of our goals.
This is
Oh, yeah.
America.
I mean, just
Overeating
as long
is
as...
like
It's a
part of our
national sport.
I mean, as long as the requirements don't... as long as the requirements don't go up too steeply at a time, we're still good.
You know, I'm okay with calling them little friends if you are not feeding them to someone. But
But we're...
once you start feeding them to someone, they're no longer your little friends.
But that's exactly what we're about to do.
And that's...
For at least one of these little creatures.
Yeah, I think that is why the nickname rankles with me as well. I'm not thrilled by it, divorced from that.
We found
But it's worse knowing that
Look
it's for eating.
Look at that face.
I would
Happy
rather
times,
not.
Nudist pals.
I believe it was only the 3. Alright, so let's feed Grandpa some meat.
I'm gonna feed Grandpa the bad thing and see if he throws up.
He already threw up once, though.
I want a light.
It is far better to make your grandpa vomit up a flashlight than it is to curse the darkness.
Yeah, you know. Fucking
Oh my god.
called it.
I
Very...
like how it's still functioning.
How do you
not
feel...
at all corroded.
How do you feel knowing that on a game like this, you were right and I was wrong?
The biohazard bin. Does anybody remember? Of course not. Why would you?
There's a document for it.
On the virtue of the prudent when dealing with devils seen or unseen. The splendors and terrors of God's creation inhabit the world of both they seen and unseen. And just as one will not grapple with a lion, lest they be a fool, one will not approach a being of the mind or aether without foreknowledge thereof. There are beings with no form, hiding between towering columns of air, and only appearing by slipping into the heart or mind of evil and unclean men. Forward. But still there are more beings which straddle the realm between the seen and unseen creatures, feeling through the air to see the heart or mind of
Yeah,
man.
we've lost me. I see.
Your mic
Headset
sounds
there.
different now. What happened to you?
I can fix this. I have the technology.
Can you hear us? Silver? Oh boy. Alpha, why don't you continue?
It is only by God's grace and his angels and servants crushing these beings under heel that a magician might compel them to the magician's will, and so a magician must be perfectly clear and unerring in intent and ritual granted to us by God, or else the devils, seen or unseen, will devour them, that being their nature. On the nourishing of devils of a particular type, certain devils of a particular nature are nourished by the element of fire, others by attention and prayer given to their idols, still others by stranger and more obscure means. By God's grace, the requirement for nourishing a devil as part of a contract only requires a token of these givings, that is, a symbol. Forward.
Sorry.
If a devil hungers after flesh, and would strip a man to his bones in its devouring. Thee, devil's hunger and nature, which thirsts for flesh, can be held in abeyance in thee, ritual act of giving blood in only a few drops. However, the contract must be completed in full. For if thee, magician, errs and does not provide in thee, devil, instruction and guidance, thee, devil, once abjured to do no harm upon thee, magician, will return to its devouring nature. End of tape. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk on religion.
Is that another doll?
Yep.
Seems so.
We'll
What
need
happened to
another
your mic,
picture then.
Silver? By the way, we could hear you the whole time.
Yes, so my headset died, so it switched over to garbage mic.
Oh, and so you needed to switch your speaker source.
Yeah, so I switched over from wireless headset mode to wired headset mode.
Mm.
Where do we think the biohazard note was?
Mm.
Orientation?
Orientation notes.
No, termination
No.
was the one... Oh, duh, it's under termination. I think maybe we're stupid. Three,
Burn
two,
barrel.
3, 2, 4, 5.
45. 32, 32, 45.
Hi.
Biohazard waste bin.
Are we sure?
Uh,
I mean, long hair was popular for a while. So we could make another doll.
Yep. Let's
And in
make
fact,
it. I
we
see no
should.
reason.
Can we look at the mom doll? Because I want to see who's the more femme of the two.
It was a style in
As
the
a-
60s.
As a cis person, this is very important to me.
Yeah, I bet it is. Honestly,
Study corner.
no. Oh, steady corner, that's right.
Okay.
The best I can do for
Yeah,
you.
it's pretty femme.
Yeah, because she's wearing a hat.
For a girl.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Oh!
Alright. We're doing that thing again where we're very accepting, but we're making jokes that unaccepting people would make, which makes us sound unaccepting.
Accept.
Yeah, that doesn't really sound like a word anymore. Okay, so now we feed him meat?
Yep.
Do you want to save
first.
here? Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
And you know we're gonna have to do all three. You know this and I know this.
Oh, we could make a sandwich. An arthropoid sandwich.
I wonder if that's true. Probably not.
Well, it
It's
doesn't allow
not.
us. It doesn't allow us to use the flatbread.
Oh, it really wants this. I don't like that.
All right. Can we?
Alpha, I feel like this is yours.
Your offering of flesh stirs something within Grandpa. From within the folds of its body, a wiry, proboscis-like appendage begins to emerge. It may be worth taking a look at this after the feeding. Knowledge you have recently acquired has given you access to a new conversation topic to discuss with Grandpa.
Is
And
it,
that
what the
is
fuck is that?
Proboscis.
Is it, hey, what the fuck, dude?
I wouldn't do that yet
Why?
because I would like to see if its status changed before you do anything else.
Grandpa's
go to Grandpa.
proboscis is out. I hate this.
Oh boy.
I hate this.
Observe. Observe.
I like to conceptualize this whole thing as just like a metaphor for you as a lesbian having to deal with the men in your life.
Like
you object to the idea that it is capable of love.
That's right, that is something I bring up.
The fact that we're probably going to the fact that we're probably going to be feeding it blood through the proboscis.
My friend, who's a lesbian, is the best lesbian at her male best friend's wedding, and she was going over her speech with me, and she had a line of like, Gary, you've done something that I think a lot of people would consider impossible, and that is to get me to love and care about a man.
Aww.
Which I thought was actually very sweet and very funny.
Yeah, so,
you
having
motion
seen...
to Grandpa to approach and point to the thin protuberance. Another great word. Grandpa silently ambles closer to the bars and fully extends it towards you. A minuscule needle extends from its tip. There appears to be one more thing you must give, if only for the sake of propriety.
Oh my god.
Is that thing consent?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Now
we have scissors. We could give him a proper Dr. Kellogg's circumcision.
Anyway, we do not need to give it any more meat. Okay, proceed.
Boop.
Grandpa has appreciated your blood offering. It will receive a symbol or totem from you now, although only one per offering. As the blood-fed proboscis retracts back into the folds of fabric, you step away from the bars.
So now we can give one of the dolls. Should we save before we offer either one in case, for whatever reason, it's the wrong choice? So which will it be, Mother Earth or Father Time?
I chose Mother because I think, if I remember correctly, this is your maternal grandfather, and I find that symbolic. Grandpa's spines quickly reach out and envelop the doll before drawing back. The doll quickly vanishes within the folds of Grandpa's skin. Constructing and then offering your mother's image to Grandpa, symbolically sated by blood, instills in you a concrete sense of completion. Grandpa gives a soft, affirming grunt as it senses deep within your mind the ritual transformation of your desire. Although Grandpa must receive both a mother and father totem before the fulfillment of your wish is assured. Interesting.
So, we should not be able to offer the father doll right now.
You seem to be correct. Hey, do we want to talk?
Yeah.
This is the inner Grandpa.
The inner Grandpa.
Ah! Oh. Still not good.
Worse. Alright, so I wonder... There's something I wonder, actually.
If the answer's changed?
Yeah, with this enhanced development compared to the last time. Let's try it with one and see.
Is he wearing glasses?
Grandpa loudly clears its throat before gently responding in a lucid, well-projected voice.
Ah, you're asking me about your wish? When you wished for me to come back, that's when I knew I would. Your desperation was strong. And your wish for your parents, well, if you give me what I want, I'll give you what you want.
Now we get to the root of it.
This is awful. You know I love you. I am for you whatever you want, and I love you just as much as you love me. But desperation and love is not enough. People deep down know they can't get what they want, what they wish for without some transformation. There is something that sits at the root of everyone's soul that understands the separation between them and eternity. You may desire something, but you know you will not get it without some movement on your part. So it is not enough to just wish, which you know will not work. You must wish and a little more to transform your intention into something that might fructify or for desire to become reality.
That's a word I don't even use.
It's a
Yeah.
Fascinating.
It's a great word. I'll never use it. Grandpa Lalicos of blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Ah, you're asking me about my shell? Oh, well, you see, I like to have something to grow in. Something shaped like a person. It just helps to have something surrounding me when I don't have skin. My whiskers do the growing. My whiskers? Yes, you know, the hairy little things. I am a part of it, and it is a part of me. However, my whiskers are what heard you wishing for me to come back, and so they went to work in the shell you provided. The shell also helps you envision me as what you desire. You have such a nice imagination. If I weren't in my shell, you'd have my whiskers exposed and knitting together in my face. That might interrupt the feedback loop of my reading your desires, and then acting upon the desires I have read, and then once again reading your reaction. We wouldn't want that interfered with. The material of the doll you put down is a good fit. It's not the most comfortable, but it's quite flexible, and thankfully my shell was able to adjust nicely to my growth.
How self-aware.
They taught it too many things. You're asking about the medical waste bin? I believe it's locked up. I heard them punch in its code many times as they placed part of burnt up dying self into the bin. They often forgot what the code was and had to go check on the wall where they were always taping up sheets upon sheets of information, so much so that the new papers would cover the old. What do you think you would find in there? Well, perhaps something they did throw in the trash from time to time, bits of paper and so forth. I remember seeing a man who looked quite like me. His daughter had given him a photo of her new boyfriend.
Yep, the
He threw it
turtle.
into the bin, disgusted, and joked with one of his colleagues. It may still be in there for all I know. You're asking about language. Well, the more you taught me, the more I was able to learn myself by hearing what you were thinking and saying. A week ago I could speak a little bit, but I was less of what you imagined me to be and not quite the talker I am at the moment. Part of what I am saying is, of course, made up of what you expect me to say. I think I am very comfortable being open and honest with you because I am your grandpa and I love you, and certainly that makes up part of what I am. However, there is a part of me deeper down, the thing that created me maybe, that undying nucleus. It is answering for me as well, and is unaffected by whoever might shape what I become with their thoughts.
Oh my god. Oh, here we go.
I'm sure this will be just fine and not at all distressing. You're asking about my little friends. Well, yes, they come from me. They grow around me in pockets of flesh and protoplasm. Think of them like dreams, maybe. I'll explain. Have you ever had a dream that was sort of like a bunch of people, places, and events you experienced all mixed together and jumbled up? It's a sorting through and a disposing of the refuse of the mind. My little friends are like that, refuse, and in ridding myself of them, I am casting off the excess material I did not use in developing life forms. Anyone who comes close to me, well, they are my eyes, my nose, my skin. Their thoughts become mine and shape what I make. However, when I was alone for so long, I didn't have a lot of people near me. What you are
That's
thinking
kind of
and
the definition.
what you are thinking of expecting of me is shaping what I'm saying, how I'm saying it. Do you understand? And so, because I did not have enough input from my surroundings in order to put the material to use, the material falls off my body, crawls away, and usually dies. I am able to make the most of my material when someone is looking right at me, projecting who I will be, like you are now. What you are thinking and expecting of me is shaping what I'm saying, how I'm saying it. Do you understand? Hate this, hate this, hate this, hate this, hate this. Oh, you're asking me about my proboscis. It is just a little tube I keep to help me feed on blood. You could say it is my real mouth, but it is not really a mouth. It appeared because you fed me flesh. One of those little friends you found, I think. You feeding me flesh was a symbol, a proposition, if you will, that you wanted to hold up your end of the bargain with regards to your wish. If someone is willing to hold up their end of the bargain and let me feed on them with my proboscis, then they can move on to the next step of the agreement, providing me symbolic instructions. I hope that helps clear things up. Oh, you have another question? Do I like the blood? Well, my whiskers, I believe they like the blood and the flesh. It's strange. They are me, and yet they are now me. I am bound to them. They control
I think
me.
that's.
What?
I think that now is supposed to be not me.
Maybe. I am bound to them. They control me, and technically, yes, they did make me. However, you are the one who really grew me. In some ways, those whiskers, they are me, or a part of myself, or I am a part of it. That part is much more animal-like. Whatever might happen, know that I will always love you. And because it controls me, I might not be able to act how I would like, even if I do love you. Bad! No good, very bad, don't do it.
Anybody else distressed?
No, I very much appreciate that kind of level of honesty about risks and the nature of people.
For me, it's more like I'm thinking ahead to what this is standing to become. Are you sure you want to do this without saving?
What is there to gain?
If we need this later for any
If we-
reason.
We'll see if he extends the proboscis again.
We found another doll, and we have 3
Yes.
anthropoids.
So you're thinking that the timing of this doesn't matter?
I am. I don't know where we're gonna get another picture. And
The
if there is, we
the
can just do
only
this again.
reason-
It's not like this takes a long time.
That's fair. And the reason I'm thinking about this is the fact that we've now given it 5 food items on a requirement of 3. And if the food requirement doesn't go up, then we're probably okay.
This is the last week, remember?
We know that. Oh, I guess it is. So we're about to get the good ending, we think.
Well, good is.
The good ending as they have defined it. Uh, uh, all right.
Content and ready to cooperate.
So the question I must ask at the moment is, do we do horsey game next week, or should I have something ready?
I would like to try horsey game.
Okay.
Loud and distinct voice.
Thank you so much for completing the contract. I'll definitely help you out with your parents. Just give me a little time and I'll be ready to act. I think you'll be very happy. Your grandpa is very happy too. You did it all by yourself, you know. I couldn't have helped you if I tried. I would have really not liked to... Well, I did not want you to not complete the contract. I would have hated that.
We know.
But do you understand why I would have had to? Maybe you don't. So much of your lives are made up, and yet what comes to pass was always once a fiction. You doubt yourself and your plans before they are even begun. And you believe...
This is like an inspiring story of, like, Shia LaBeouf, like, just do it. Make your dreams a reality.
Right.
Bring your grandpa back from the dead using demonology.
And you believe what is in front of you as if the essence of things was not something you put there long ago. Too much doubt can suffocate even the surest thing. Only with patience and growth and nurturing does something become what it will be, as you shall soon see. What do we do with this last doll?
Do we have another doll?
We do.
We do, but we don't have a picture to go with it. And I don't think we need it at this point.
I
He's
thought we did.
No.
He is.
We're donezo
we
for the
completed
dolls.
Yeah, he's affirmed that we've completed the contract, so I think all that's left now is to end the week and see what happens.
It
Yeah,
must have been a hallucination.
a lot of that going around.
We should save real quick just in case, and then end the week and see what happens.
I worry that if we had done something wrong and we save now, we'll soft lock ourselves. I'm just gonna end the week.
Yep, I
Alright.
agree. Wit is the very image of prudence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, what happens now?
I met with Adrian one final time in order to see if I could not reach some sort of resolution regarding her emotional trouble. In these past few weeks, according to the reports of her teachers and peers, she has shown a
Whoops.
remarkable transformation of conduct.
I'm
I
sorry.
would
I'm sorry.
also add my voice to this consensus. It seems as if, in our time together, much has changed for the better. I'm not suggesting our meetings were the sole source of her sea change. I think something has happened in her home life that has reoriented Adrian completely. She seems to suggest as much, at least in her usually esoteric way when we last spoke. Something tells me something may have changed with Grandpa.
Yes, well, something did change.
I will write down her words verbatim here.
I went down the stairs like I always did, but I sort of felt like something was different. My parents weren't arguing, and I felt something had changed with Grandpa too. There was a weird noise, but I wasn't afraid.
Can we still What the hell? Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I think Grandpa had to leave. But before he left, he made my parents nice. He reached inside and changed them. That was my wish.
Oh no.
Maybe even what I was growing wasn't really my grandpa. Grandpa left what I was growing behind. He is gone now. He moved quickly out to I don't know where, but I'll always love him.
I dismissed Adrian soon after, letting her know it was a pleasure getting to know her. Despite my apprehensiveness about the speed of the turnabout she has made, I cannot see any reason why Adrian should be considered for further evaluation. And as a counselor for Adrian, let it be known that I believe she is of sound mental and emotional health. I am pleased to see things turn out this way, and if I may make a brief addendum, by happenstance, Mrs. Richardson bumped into the Hart family the other day while running an errand. She told me the parents were a little odd, but very pleasant, and quite clearly they adored their child. And that she had never seen Adrian happier.
Look at that face.
It is the good ending.
Yay! This is the green ending
Hooray.
in Mass Effect.
Whereas
Whereas the other one was what? The red ending?
No, the other one was the ending you got in Mass Effect, which
Where
is
you shoot the kid in the head? Or you
Mhm.
choose.
And then the Reapers just steamroll over all of humanity. This was fucking great.
This was good.
We've done it. This was nice.
So
Definitely a good balance of science and nightmare fuel. Great happy medium.
So this guy has made a bunch of games. So I'm interested to see if any of the others are worth looking into.
Hit me with some names just in case I recognize some of them.
I doubt it. I bet they're little. Let me look them up. We've got... One moment, please. We've got... Oh, I'm clicking all sorts of things. We've got The Well, which is described as Lovecraftian body horror love letter. We've got Water Womb World, Aqua Catholicism, explore man's original sin under the sea.
Aqua Catholicism?
This is what he, I think, gets to describe his own things as. Discover our bodies, science, horror, edutainment. Discover my body, body horror / comedy.
I think we gotta do this.
Lips Like Vellum, which is a demo only, a short point and click horror game. And Via Negativa, a religious comedy / horror game.
I think I like the sounds of most of these, to be honest.
I agree with you.
Well, you officially now have a much longer list than I do.
This is his blog. Yeah, I'm gonna go through his blog and see. Oh, he also has some stuff that is only on Patreon, I think.
I have a game that I think you can download, play, and beat in the time it takes before we are done streaming.
In 16 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me where it is.
It is on Steam, and it is free.
I love me free.
Perfect Vermin. Don't look at the like immediately pause the trailer because it will ruin the game if you look at anything you're doing before you do it.
I have done that. I have done that thing. I am downloading
Good.
it.
Good. And then let us enjoy Perfect Vermin.
I have read the 2-sentence blurb that Steam has provided. And what's fully wild and truly very almost upsetting to me is that this game is listed as similar to games I've played, and the game that it lists is Outer Wilds. BAFTA award-winning Outer Wilds.
Really?
I do not see any through line between Outer Wilds and this game.
That can't be correct.
All right, that's something else to laugh about then. Let's do this.
This is machine learning gone wild.
Oh boy.
Let me set up okay. And then I do this, and I give it to you folks. Silver, your keyboard is making me want to tear out all of my teeth individually with this microphone.
Your teeth, you say?
Yes.
So, okay, so cigarettes. That's a good start. There's a no timer option. Do we want to consider clicking that?
Nah.
Okay.
Alpha, can you confirm that the stream is streaming correctly?
Stand by. Confirmed.
Excellent.
That's a good reveal.
Nice. Love it.
Where's the man? I know I saw a man. No?
I say smash everything.
I didn't even do that.
Are you sure?
Yes, dear. Oh, that is very cute.
Is it Tephra? Is it Tephra being very cute?
It's Rissa and Tephra being cute together.
Oh, that's the best. Hey, what did that picture ever do to you?
You were the one who was like, we should be smashing everything, so...
Yeah, and yet the only other thing you smashed is the one picture. You're not smashing microwaves, you're not smashing couches, you're not smashing computers. Oh, yeah, let's break the light.
That's pretty fun.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Excellent.
No jump button. Alright. Well. Let's get going then. I was given a hammer, and everything looks a lot like something that could be destroyed with a hammer.
That light switch bit is giving me life.
Yeah, that really entertains me. I love that
Let's
gross
go.
oversimplification of what a computer looks like on the inside.
Yep.
Oh, the cube material is invincible? You haven't been to a cubicle in a while. That's what I've learned from this guy.
Well, I mean, computer monitors are absolutely smashable. There's a video out there from the 90s that makes that very clear.
Is it called Office Space?
Not the film, just a little clip called Bad Day. The guy literally beats his computer because it's not doing whatever, I guess.
Silver?
And
Yes?
Silver?
are you good?
Yes?
Are you good?
Carry on. You went from 5 to 4. You're making progress.
Is this prop hunt? Am I playing prop hunt?
Perhaps. Test that theory. Look for props that are out of place.
Like blood, for example? Are you saying that we need to find 5 things that bleed when smashed?
Demonstrably, yes.
Amazing.
It's prop hunt. Is it randomized? Like, is there any replayability to this, or are they gonna be the same every time?
So I will leave this as something for you to discover.
We'd have to play twice in order to know that.
I know the answer to that.
Because you've played more than once, I'm sure. Oh. And you didn't smash the toilets. I had a line for that.
They seemed plausible.
Wit hasn't destroyed a toilet in almost 7 years.
Oh, whoa. Looky Looky there.
I hated that. Actually,
This is oddly satisfying. What in Christ's name?
uh-huh.
Okay, can we get back to the...
Oh, I'm controlling it. So did I win? Did I get one of them? Is that... I got the last one?
You've gotten all.
Yeah,
You've
you got the
gotten all
last one.
Or did I couldn't tell if I, like, ran out of time.
No, you've gotten all 5.
I like how his nose has jiggle physics.
Okay, do we remember where those things were?
They hide poorly. Don't let them spread.
Don't let them... What? I don't want them to do that.
One of the refrigerators, and then...
Just one left. This building has more chambers that need cleansing. Return to the elevator.
It's prop hunt. It's one-man prop hunt.
Is that the game? This is it? In perpetuity?
I mean, it feels good to do. It's a very satisfying thwack.
No nonsense this time. Do your job.
90 seconds again.
Crush them.
Can you tell?
Are we sure about that? I only have this man's word for it. They certainly make sounds. God, I thought I saw something moving.
So
Don't say
things
it like
that
that.
don't
Ooh.
So things that don't belong, huh? There's one more somewhere. "15 seconds.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Did you see it and I missed it?
I think you did not thoroughly check the bathroom enough.
Ah, much better. I totally haven't gotten myself fucked.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
This all looks plausible to me.
Yep.
That doesn't.
Take that, Mona Lisa! Yeah, you're just doing this out of catharsis.
I'm doing this because I'm out of ideas.
Is that a picture of a penis?
No, it's like a little... two figures that are mostly just drawn in like loops. Sir?
That took longer than expected. I need you to work faster.
Sir?
Return to the elevator. The next floors are contaminated.
Is he...
He's having a normal one.
And you think I can beat this game in 8 minutes? Or I'll at least, like, get
The
it.
estimated runtime for this game is 15 minutes. This floor's geometry has become uncooperative.
We're sitting beating this guy up.
Yep, sure has.
Work quickly.
So not only the objects, but the placement of the objects.
I think this is the first one again,
Just inverted.
but just inverted. I don't remember there being anything in the bathroom.
What was it?
You got
Yeah,
both of the
there's-
things that were
There
here.
was another, like,
Just say-
loose chair, wasn't there?
Yeah, I thought it
think
was four
so.
chairs in the. I thought it was 4 chairs in a fridge.
There it is.
I think we're beating him up.
Just go.
It sounds like Trivia Murder Party. What the hell?
Like this.
Now do both levels at the same time!
In 90 seconds.
That's actually a really, kind of amazing feat of
So you're-
geometry.
So
If
you're doing
they-
the one on the right first.
Wasn't there?
Normally there was, but it seems like it's been taken out.
Well, there's a chair. There's another chair.
This is fascinating.
It is very interesting to watch you move through and like go back and forth between like
See
the
if
two
you can
screens.
tell which one I'm looking at. Yeah.
Yeah. Like right now you're definitely looking at the one on the right.
Oh, there had been.
Yeah, you got it. You got the thing that was in here.
I'm looking at the old man with the bloody nose.
Yeah, that's distressing, and I am distressed by it. Uh-oh.
We're not going to make it on this run. I think it
What is?
would be better to focus on one screen entirely and then focus on the other screen entirely.
How will
rather
I
than
know
trying
when
to...
I'm finished?
Well, you missed. You only missed 3.
And do we think there's an even split of like what, 5 and 5?
If so, there's
Likely.
one more on left screen.
It should be another chair.
So,
Up there. Okay, right screen.
yep. Two left. One
to
left.
go.
Do you have any ideas?
Nope, just keep looking.
Keep kicking open doors and seeing what you find.
There was supposed to be something there.
Oh! Oh no, you already got that one.
No! Fine, I'm gonna do the one on the right first.
The bathroom on the right was never opened. Yep, the chair. Alright.
Yep.
We've now seen all 10 of them at least once.
Yep. That's all.
Okay, left.
Time to swap.
We're well ahead of time here.
Perfect vermin.
One chair. Two chair.
And then the last one was in the bathroom as well.
Yeah.
Look for the occupied stall.
What does it say?
I mean,
We
nothing.
can't read it, can we?
It's a no smoking sign.
I don't like this.
I always hated my mother.
We can keep moving. 20 items.
I lived in terror of becoming like her. What horrible comedy that in the end I even die like her. Twisted by hate and desire. I was cruel to you before. Your task was always impossible. My hope was never fair. I offer this as an explanation of my hate. I offer no excuse. Do not worry yourself with the timer. It is not for you. I am being unborn. And once again, I am amused by the simple beauty of colors. Such abstract and fleeting things. I will unknow them. It was good to live. If only I had more time.
The hell?
No, thank
Hit
you.
the buttons, I guess. Oh, come on. You have to finish this.
I could probably have gone to sleep after drawing my grandpa. I don't know if that's still true.
Silver, is this infinite?
No.
Are you doing this?
Am I doing what?
Are you moving?
Yes.
There's been an accident, a massacre downstairs. No, this will wait. There are people dying. What's happening in that story is the perfect downtown is perfect story. It's too fast.
I'm not clicking. This does it by itself. I just got an achievement called In Loving Memory. And the icon is a cigarette. And this game was dedicated when it started in loving memory to someone named I can't remember the first name, but their last name was Spitz, which they have used as the character in this. So, not thrilled by that.
Perfect vermin, everyone.
And with that, I think we should call this.
Sure.
It is good
I need to
to
go.
have lived.
I need to go to sleep after that.
I need something, but I can't tell you what it is.
Is it a hug?
It might be. I'll start with that, and we'll work our way out.
There will be hugs and plenty this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to see each other and maybe give each other COVID and hide zombie bites from each other. It'll be great.
I'm hoping people will choose to spend some time outdoors, because we have some outdoor space.
Yeah. But right now, I need my bed,
Yes, indeed.
and I may need some sort of therapy.
Well, we all do. So I guess with that, we will bid everyone a fond good night and a heartfelt apology. And I guess as always, stay
This is
masculine.
AlphaStar DX. This is AlphaStar DX on Radio 69.6 saying, Jesus Christ.
May you
Good
reach
night.
the moon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.